Hi, this is Chuck Kent for Branding Magazine and the Branding Roundtable. Talking to Lisa Leone this morning because out here on the street in Chicago, where she and I both live, because she caused quite a stir, sort of the intro to the Kevin Roberts stuff, with a post called Ad Girl Interrupted. So Lisa, I'm going to step behind the camera now and let you tell us about that.
Ad Girl Interrupted is a 15-year count, basically, of all of the sexism that I experienced when working in the ad industry. And it's just sort of, rather than kind of being theoretical, I think it's just more shocking because it talks specifically about my experiences in detail. And so it's, if you take any one incident that I went through, the reaction would kind of generally was, oh, that's horrible that that happened to you. But when you added it all together, multiple incidents every year, year after year after year, the reaction is basically like, I can't believe that all of that happened to you. Some of it was just more obvious and maybe in one or two instances illegal, and but a lot of it was more implicit, almost even unconscious bias.
So if it's unconscious bias, do you think all the periodic efforts the industry makes over the years to hire more women, etc., are going to make a difference, or is there some sort of change of heart that we have to get at some other way?
Definitely some other way. You know, when we talk about the 3% conference and the amount of women in leadership in the ad industry, started a couple years ago at 3%. It's now up to 11%. It's definitely, we've come a long way, but not everyone is destined for leadership. So then there's this whole other world, almost bigger than just the leadership level, and it's the rest of us, and it's everything that we experience day in and day out, and I don't think just appointing women in leadership roles is addressing that at the moment.
So if just agency pronouncements aren't yet again going to do much, do we need to get more creative with how we go about getting people to think differently and even feel differently?
Yes, definitely. Although I would say do anything different. I've heard really interesting ideas over the past couple of weeks and read a few. I really think Brandon Burns' suggestion to conduct blind portfolio reviews is an amazing idea. It would be interesting to just enact that and see if there's any change in hiring practices. I also read a really great article written by Sarah Hofstetter, who's the CEO of 360i, where she talked about affecting a change in entry level. So they have different programs that actually introduce people from different socioeconomic backgrounds and expose them to the ad industry and give them experience in internships so that they can actually envision themselves pursuing a career.
You mentioned that you have a daughter.
Yeah.
At this point in time, would you encourage her to go into the industry?
Sure. She's stubborn like me, so I think that if more females like her actually do pursue professions in male-dominated companies, they can only affect change. I actually think that she and all of her peers will look at us one day and say, I can't believe that this was a problem. The same way that they'll probably say, I can't believe that equal marriage wasn't possible, or that a black male or a woman couldn't be president. I just hope she looks at me one day like I'm crazy.